It's FURIA taking on Sashi Esports.
Thank you very much, fellas. Yeah, very interested to see how Sashi fare after already kind of showing that their nuke is one to behold, one to enjoy, and this time myself and Chad get to watch as they try and do battle with FURIA. We've already got a little look at how FURIA fared up against FlyQuest on this very map.
Yeah, and we're about to see if that said more about FURIA or more about FlyQuest. As Sashi, more than happy to say this is their best map, underdog's comfort zone, and a CT side start after a knife victory. Iceberg in trouble early.
Yeah, straight towards that top side, same kind of feel and same kind of headshot accuracy. Queserato grabs himself another.
Is it just the same round? Did they just run the same pistol again, essentially?
It was the same, yeah, identical.
Well, I guess.
Lucky's in the Alistair position.
Yeah, when in doubt, kill everybody.
Yeah. Wow, that could not have been cleaner. Just skulls with a lick of damage. That's about all they have to report. That is a fantastic start for a T-side campaign. Over in the knife round, we saw Sashi select to choose the CT start.
Imagine if they just run the same the same T pistol the entire tournament. Nade open squeaky, smoke main, molly top heart, molly backside, flash, go. Why not?
Well, I would imagine at some point people might catch on.
Well, that's the thing. You call are they really going to run it again?
You could do some fakes off of it, nade the door, do something else, but here we are. An interesting eco call.
Some familiar Danish names as well. Maybe you haven't seen them at the upper echelons of Counter-Strike other than Lucky, but they've definitely been kicking around for some time. And Hunden behind them as the coach. That's why I think going into a map like Nuke with Danes who are very seasoned on this map. I know that was a long time ago that Australis were the tippy top of this, but it's always felt like a bit of a comfort. All right, through their protocols towards yard, main smoke, lockers smoke, slightly missed secret molly. Turn the yard into a bit more of a linear plane for the A map, and well, it looks like they want to split, so there's an opportunity for a couple of rifles here. This tank of USPs to unleash.
Fury down after one. Try to protect that rifle, comfortable for falling here. Unarmored opponents. Lucky grabs the rifle, good for a conversion, so they've managed to make this costly.
Let's go, Lucky.
And 2 rifles saved, you can really, consider this a win.
Full rifle investment from FURIA.
Thank you very much.
So let's see, I suppose that means they're likely expecting them full eco. Right. Make sure that you can just mop them up and you don't need to carry any residual MAC-10s into the next round, the first rifle round.
Referee. Admin. We don't do jump shots in Counter-Strike. That was a jumping one tap. We've just seen live and direct to our screens.
But his space boots on there to Cello.
Bloody hell. Oh, we've got another diagonaler.
Shouldn't he be on the end?
For sure.
Shouldn't be in the middle. It's like he's turning his back on some of his teammates. Here it is. No, that's not the one. It'll be the next one. Maybe it'll be.
That'll get the motivation. Feeling good for FURIA. You've won the pistol. You've been hitting some silly shots, and now into the first gun round. Prioritizing the M4s. No one with the util.
I thought they were going to slink down the vent to immediate. Yeah, they are. Okay, so Iceberg was just hanging around to make sure that nobody tried any silly business down and out the squeaky through the lurk smoke. Flash in. They know what this means. Footstep heard. Cabby under pressure.
How do they adjust to this? Is this slow crawl from FURIA down towards the B site? Lucky wants to try and flush out Cello. He's got the angle and their headshot. So clean from Lucky. Iceberg, he's been here for a while, ready to receive.
Wants to fight as well with this type of position.
Well, Fallen crashes into the angle. Iceberg gives it up. HE could do some damage. Chips away at 2 of them. Repositions behind the silo. And swings out for a headshot.
He was in so much trouble.
He knew he had to fight. The door was swung open, just takes it just in time. Keeps the advantage going. One tap from Skulls could change things, and he does find Lucky. Nice adjustment from Skulls. Forward of the Molotov. Thinks twice about that one from Quez. You have that 3v3.
Bomb can still pivot. It was the double door side. 30 seconds. Oh, nice shot.
Sharp. Nice shot. Fallen and Queserato, though, can dig themselves out of this one. Gets the bomb down. Fallen aggressing. Quez anticipating. Ahead of the flash. Ahead of the second. Impact heard. Fallen can adjust, but Quez too sharp. He's hitting another headshot. Puts it all onto Keserato.
No kids.
Mister in the vents. Oh, wow. So ready for that one from Keserato. It will be a quick and convincing CT first gunny.
All right, they'll be happy with that. There were some problems, right? You can see the space that it was taken. Not only did they spring into action towards Warehouse, they took the secret space. I think Lucky coming over to join Cabby, they understood their angles well. And then once Keserato was understood to be patrolling that vent rotation, they just surged forward and took that fight with Fallen. Iceberg there, as I said, he was in so much trouble. Just stay committed to that double door angle. I would say fortunate considering the timing to even get one kill.
Here it is.
Bang.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow. One bullet. All he needs.
Well, FURIA with the bomb going down have been able to get something that resembles, taste a little morsel of a purchase. Sure, it's not a full buy. Tech9s, Galils, AK, and Util to help erect that initial smoke wall. Topside laden with flames and Iceberg. Opener.
That's a big one to take down as well. Keserato gone.
Well, who's responding to the leak? Nobody's dropped down towards B just yet.
With all that top util, kind of pulled Cabby away for a moment. Still ready for any hut aggression for info. They want to take that lobby control. They're going to have to fight through. Looks not like this favors FURIA for the plant at least.
Yeah, you can't vent rotate if you've given up secret like this, so it's going to have to be from ramp. And right now we have 2 players parked. With the likes of Quez, he's assisted by that of Lucky. Now they've been able to stem the lobby bleeding. There's no way forward. The door's going to swing open, so will the sound cues be enough to get Sashi moving? Lucky's retained a bit of util for this retake. Doors swing open in unison, site completely taken, and looking to play the number man advantage retake are Sashi. See, oh, okay, never mind.
Tried his luck.
He really dropped vent after foregoing secret. That's mental.
He was the one to find the opener, but that death.
Are they saving?
Looks like they're heading spawn.
Oh,
Wow.
dear.
Okay.
I'm not sure why nobody acknowledged B at any point there.
I guess all that top util, but you still know it's been smoked. You know you don't know.
Well, the rationale that I was building was the fact that they had known, okay, we've given it up. They're likely they can already be there. Let's not rotate vent. We'll give them the lower site and we'll retake with the number advantage, but you should never be going down the vent. Iceberg, after getting the opening onto Keserato, gives the kill back that forces them into a save, and that one looks a little bit silly for the Danes.
Yeah, an unforced error, and I mean, considering that FURIA were right on the ropes in terms of finances, they just pulled together what they had, and convincing.
Yeah, and a timeout has been called immediately after this. Here's the Iceberg opener. You can see catching Keserato just before that smoke came into play. And this is the death that's quizzical. Definitely puzzling up on the microphone to maybe say, hey, listen, boys, this isn't like us. We can't be giving over kills like that. So they do have rifles aplenty, not going to be an issue moving into the next round. But the same to be said for FURIA now, who, as you mentioned, were on that position of having their cash flow broken. So Sashi going to have to work a little bit harder to be able to get the financial supremacy, but how many more rounds can FURIA throw on the board? A nice poised start from them, and that's going to feel good to pull off a round with a man disadvantage. What does the opener look like for FURIA this time round? Successful smoke walls, always a pleasure to see. This looks a whole lot more lobby-centric. Iceberg again, dropping down the vent. You really don't want to have that loose piece of the CT squeaky door lurk getting vent control. It can be very problematic, but it is a cat and mouse game. So, making sure that they didn't get away with the early slip. Cello trying to apply some presence outside, and there's plenty of smokes being held onto by FURIA at this point. Keserato is ahead of that smoke. It is going to puff up in his face, and now Gray screened. And that sees FURIA head back towards spawn to erect a smoke wall. So with the CT exchange of utility, like to throw that deep Molotov, you know, there's less reason to throw it out early, but you've already melted 55 seconds or so off the clock. Now it's going to be a lobby play.
Seconds. Yuri I have a good shot here onto Cabby, just knife out
timing.
and turn. The timing is brilliant for Yuri, but he pauses and loses his window.
Quez just blocked ramp with this smoke, so that's brilliant. There is a nade to break, but it's on Yuri, who you just mentioned has gone down secret, so he can't assist.
Quez anticipating bodies behind this smoke. Trying to think so.
Flash.
Very good flash. Free frag, look at that. Nothing he could do. Skulls took his time with that. Body shots. Cabby for the transfer. It's beautiful from Cabby. His first three, and it's a lovely triple.
And Yuri hasn't activated. He got that space. He, well, is maybe too late to the party. Only 10 seconds left.
You got nothing here. Serato does find the headshot. They have just about got enough time. If they can clear this corner, they have to hit this shot. Iceberg's done enough, and the round is there. There's no time for Serato to plant. And now he just needs to not get caught out here on the way out. He's gone.
Tough for Serato. $2,000 in the bank balance, but the same to be said for three of his teammates. 1,400 for the likes of Fallen, Cello, and Yuri. Skulls on the high end with 3.1. And this round, it looked like a great timing to block from Quez. That flash, it looks silly, doesn't he? Just standing out. Skulls gets the opener onto him, but Cabby, foregoing the secret control, rotated over and gets 3 huge kills. Oh, and Iceberg likes that one. Getting fired up. Okay, and it will be FURIA, the ones to now take a bit of a tactical timeout. And that's likely to discuss their options going forward, because into the next round they only get that 1,900 loss. So you're in a position where it feels like you have to force buy. Seeing Tech 9s being donned almost across the board. Yes, it will be. So 5 Tech 9s. Can be good if they do something poppy on Nuke, right? Nade open that squeaky door, get the smoke in towards main, get the molly on top heart, get the flashes, see if you can catch a good timing, because that's essentially what this is going to come down to. Lucky now into the AWP, and away we go. Sashi, this is your chance. Really start sinking your teeth into the CT side. It's not fast, it's not poppy, it's a bit more standard smoke wall up. But this initial gambit, if they don't get what they're looking for, FURIA, they're going to be in a bit of hot water. It's just going to be flashes and a molly to work with for the remainder of the round, and they want to test Quez again.
It worked once. At least in terms of getting past that ramp player. Same flash, different position. Quez feeling the pressure now. Oh, he's going to be able to get away. He turns his back and just about avoids disaster. They have conceded ramp, but not the end of the world, maintaining 5, not losing a rifle.
Alex, they might be coming to Lucky's domain. He's got the orb, not the weapon for the job.
He's hearing this.
Well, he should be.
And then back ramp all the way back down to lobby?
Well, I guess at this point you're hoping that it sent an individuals over to help Quez towards the lower side. Lacking information, Sashi, so potentially chasing ghosts in the comms.
Yeah, I mean, in the absence of nades and weaponry, it's sound cues and deception.
They've really totaled up, haven't they?
Keeping them guessing. Sashi should be comfortable here, but FURIA, they are a scary, scary squad, and they are crawling the ladder as Lucky Avat does start to leave.
He's not looking.
He's looked away. Mister. Oh, Mister. Going to be a dead man if they don't adjust quickly. Cello finds the first. Lucky's in so much trouble. Goes down as well. A double from Cello. Up the ladder. Just the power of a pause. As FURIA, with 5 alive, have taken down the top side defense.
Some massive gaps in Sashi's understanding right now. Cabby looking away. The fact that it's just so silent, and then the attack happens. Even fluffing a couple of shots there as they come out heaven. But these are 2 rounds where Sashi felt like they've had big advantages. They've had number advantages, weapon advantages, and the full total was in play. But the fact that they forego, the fact that somebody can come up ladder when you don't see anybody lower, you've got Lucky AWPing into towards squeaky door, there's nothing going on across the map, and you still get pants like that. This one is going to leave a mark. 4th round for FURIA now.
Just outclassed in this one. And FURIA, I mean, you know what, as you highlighted, that their options were limited after their initial flurry of nades. They leave with an AWP on top of all things. That is a real change of momentum for Sashi. Just every time we see them win a round, you think it's their moment. I mean, he brought back to a rather sad reality.
Just the fact that they're able to slip and it's not being considered. Where can they possibly be?
Oof.
And there's so much limited time left within the round as well. It's a tough one to lose. Well, they've saved some guns. They buy back in with a couple more. An MP9 for Mister. had some good opportunities to put themselves in the lead within this half, Sashi, but maybe not anymore. Oh, Cabby.
Sketchy. Down after one. Cello for the trade. Touch of aggression from the CT side. Quez trying a new angle, a new approach, and hoping to be overlooked by Case. Oh, it's lovely from Quez. What a ramp player's dream when that smoke play pays off.
Yeah, Queserato attempting to play the rotation, thinking that maybe ramp's a little bit weaker, considering the exchange towards Yard, and they're going to waltz in towards Warehouse. This will really give the AWP a fall on some longer sight lines, so if Lucky oversteps the mark, he could be a free kill. But they've played in towards lobby of Sashi, so at least this time they have information. That's what they didn't have against the Tech-9s, but more understandably so. You don't really want to push in towards the pistols. Make sure they're careful on the jump up. FURIA don't want to give away any sound cues. Lucky get cleared. Do they look down the fireman's pole? Oh, did he see the shadow? He should have seen the shadow.
Shadow betrays FURIA. That's a lot of information. Lucky communicates, relays it.
Can't do anything about it now, though, can he?
He's going to try and find the head angle, but it's wow. Just enough of Cello to bring him down. Only two now. Fallen will be trying to get that bomb planted. Iceberg spamming away, reveals he's in the lobby. And Fallen will only find the one. Mr. Quick to trade. Skulls, he's got so much to do here. Spam to reveal. Angle. Too much. Lucky brings it home. Sashi, on the rifle rounds...
When it's tougher.
When it's harder, it looks easier.
Yeah, okay, well, I guess if you keep letting FURIA plant, then maybe you can have a few more rifles. That won't be the case again, but still, what are they meant to do when they struggled against the Tech-9s previously? I'd just go for the same type of buy if I was FURIA. See a bit of a unforced error there, missed smoke on towards main, and Cabby making a meal of that meant that he was ripe for the plucking of the trade from Cello. That was Queserato attempting to find the timing. A lot of Counter-Strike, especially at the top level, is all about making those guesstimations. But we're back underway. There have been some extremely light upgrades. A P250, Deagle, Flash in the mix. Surely you win this one. Oh, Iceberg.
If you're making noise, don't call me Shirley. Fallen.
Iceberg.
Fallen. It's going to be cleared. That was the bomb. They are going to run at him. Light on ammo, but not light on frags. That's from Queserato. The Glock's not going to get him too much further. A burst to the crotch on Mr. Before 4.
All right, lots of comms coming out of Iceberg's mouth there, likely of how they want to proceed going into what should be the rifle round. Identifying, was it Glocks, was it Eco, making sure that information flows. As we are tied up, 4-4. They want to try something a little bit more aggressive. Sashi have had no issues with the more CT side turtle setups. AWP running towards Yard, so might want to take a deeper fight, see if he can find a jewel. You can see Queserato, he wants to limit that. He wants to force you into that fight. Iceberg goes down. We've had a real exchange between the two of them throughout this half.
That's one hell of a pick back, actually. Abby doesn't shy away. Despite the loss of his teammate, comes in, finds Fallen. Slipping into the lobby. Is that two down the vent? Okay.
They might just both try and poke their head up secret because they're lacking some information. Lucky, I heard he's posted Yard. He isn't quite sure exactly what's behind red. So if the two rifles come up and clear diligently, with the fact that Cello's not moving a muscle, he's the trap card that will be flung open late. Oh.
Diligence the word, isn't it, Chad? Let's see if they're clearing this. No sound cues. Nothing. Clean. Finds Cello. Penny drops.
Staying active.
Yard's clear. Lucky's ready. Lucky doesn't hit anything, that one. This is Skulls' Galil up against an AWP, and a nice shot from him all the same. Might overlook Quez here. And they do. Nice first. Can he string together the double with the bomb at his toes? He knows Queserato's fighting, and he does. Boil it into a 2v2.
Oh, indecision. 24 seconds left. You've got to pick a bomb site. Looks like it will have to be A. Up the ladder they go into Mr's site.
This could be redemption for Mr. Heaven again, the name of the game. Molly gives him some info to work with, tracking his angles.
They're going to plant.
Drop in, covered. Oh, he can't adjust. Skulls has saved his teammate there, saved the round. His Cabby's got to be loud. Straight up.
Molly will do the job.
Should do the job. Skulls, ooh, singed away. Isolates the duel. Worried about backside. K Serato doesn't shy away from the hunt. It will be another FURIA round.
Tough from Mister there. The molly towards Hut, the fact that it spreads in front of him, it gives him a less favorable flight path to have to take. Right, they're already assuming that the Hut is not going to be peeked from because of that molly. He has to go around. That means when they're covering off towards the T-vent or main, he's directly there in the line of sight. And the fact that he's the only one towards that top side, he kind of has to play because the type of position he's in, he feels quite open. But it's just not good enough to make that necessary frag. And Sashi, well, they've had to go deep in the bank bounce forward. Fight, Quez wins it.
Quez re-peeking as well, commits to the spray and concedes to that cello
this
frag.
Is huge. Look at this.
That is so naughty. You talk about trying to catch those timings at this high level. Well, K Serato is continuing to find gaps, huge gaps in the Sashi defense. And now Lucky is a free frag. K Serato wants more than that, though. Trigger discipline, waiting for his teammates to get as close as possible, and he's only gone and done it. A knife kill. That's going to be a jump scare for Lucky.
Gonna be screaming about that one. How the hell did he get there?
Iceberg. Gonna try and find and clear out these vents. K Serato is doing it. He's doing them dirty now. 11 frags. He was looking sharp as well with Yuri. The first time we saw them here on Nuke, he's doing it again. This time, even more impact on that T side. Outclassed in this one for Sashi. Just have to reside themselves to the save. Keep what you can. B site, not a fun retake in a number disadvantage.
Oh, and now you're going to have to probably have another conversation because we're at the tail end of the half. Just 2 more rounds remaining. 2,400 loss bonus will be going into the next. Right now you've saved 2 M4s. So you're better off just taking the save and then having a rifle round and see if you can salvage 5. Or you have the conversation, Mr. Cabby, you guys drop a little bit of something. Then we're going to get one of our, well, maybe Lucky could buy into a scout. And then try and tussle in this next round of play, and then not a choice of 2 rounds that are pretty mid, or 1 round with 2 save rifles and 1 that's looking a little bit better. You have at least M4s for everybody. You might be lacking some utility, however.
It's just, yeah, psychologically accepting that you're not putting the most threatening foot forward on your 7th, but, I mean, how threatening would it be? The finances are looking battered.
I can see Iceberg, he's doing a lot of communicating, but he finds himself in these positions where he's trying to plug a gap, but he's not ready for the fight. Like, he tends to be in the correct place, but just not ready for the duels in the way that he should be, which tells me he's focusing on the macro, right, quite heavily. What is everybody else up to? How do I need to call this rotation across? Well, they have opted for the 2 save rifles and not a whole lot of investment behind it. What can they get out of Mister and Cabby?
There's one of them towards heaven. Cello's got his eyes on the prize. Yuri's covering his teammates' backs as they take this A site by force.
Maybe it is just better to save these 2 rifles again, considering you've already lost the site. We get the loss bonus, then we can have a bit more utility, drop a couple flashes across as well. Make sure defuse kits are in play. The damage, who really cares? I suppose the best option is if you can take away a rifle or 2 and save them for the likes of Quez and Lucky. That's best case. With Fallen's AWP at the ready, it's going to be tough to be able to break in. We'll be calling their exit strategy shortly. FURIA bomb over halfway gone. They know that 7 is secure. They're being a little bit louder about things now. He's hearing plenty of noise up the ladder. Is he? Quez caught. So no rifle for him to try and take and retain. Lucky's turn. Oh, okay, well, multiple members going down there, but plenty of cash. No issues for FURIA for the final round of this first half. Going through the paces. More systematic, more measured. Right, I am liking the approach from FURIA. It's looking a bit more like on meta.
It does look good. Across the board, looking very, very good across the 2 nukes we've seen.
And the one they played yesterday was close. I think it was Mirage where they had the tougher time against that of Na'Vi. All right. Sashi, you need something going into the halftime break. Something to fill you with confidence, a multi-kill, a good team-based round. Let's see what you've got. 5 feels mandatory. Oh, what a clear.
That's the flash from Fallen. Skulls perfectly timed, finds Mister. The back of his hand in front of his face. Cabby already feeling very uncomfortable. Lots of questions for Sashi's side.
This is miserable, Alex. You've lost, you don't know who's down secret. You've lost a player from Hut, so you don't even feel like, what's the traditional response when you lose outside and you take lobby control? But you don't even feel like you could do that because of the combo that they've just thrown in your face. At least Cabby's searching for something, but he's on his own. He's about to be caught. Yuri!
That's ridiculous timing. And Cabby's even... Yeah, all right. Just has a little look, a second guess, second glance. Be regretting not pulling the trigger on that one now. Not an impossible round to dig out of, but where's that bomb going? You can see it's on the back of Fallen.
Yeah, he can make it across secret if they want to head towards B, which is completely clear. If they want to try and clamp down on the A side, just do something together, FURIA. This round feels unlosable. Are they getting a vent to top?
I think he's just holding the vent rotate. And, oh, wow, Skull's quick on the trigger. And he's only got them both. It's FURIA that are going to leave this half with a bit of extra momentum. Certainly for Skulls, new addition in the FURIA colors. He says it feels like home, and they are taking this one there. 8-4 on the T side of Nuke.
Another pistol with conversion. A couple of rounds where it felt like FURIA on hot water, but Sashi, they're the ones in trouble. We head to a break, and we come back. FURIA in the lead.
لحظات البداية عاشت معنا. كنا نحسبها وقت للتسلية بس. نحسبها بس ذكريات.
عبود أعطي أختك اليد يا ولد.
ابتكرنا فيها ابتكارات، وإذا بغينا قلبناها خرافات. كنا نحسبها بس لمة وصحبة وسهرات.
انتبه نوب ترى نوب.
لكن كنا نشوف عالم ما حد يشوفه.
ليت يشغل وقته بشيء يفيده.
الله عليك على اليد سود.
عالم كبر وعاش فينا. عالم الحماس فيه يوصلك كل مرة لحلم أصعب، بس ما يصعب عليك. بارد معك وين ما تروح.
We get into the second half of this one. Another elimination in the resurrection stage is on the cards. Is it going to be the end of that Sashi run? You heard Yanko talking about at the desk the fact that there is that cutoff for the major qualifier and whether or not a run in this lower bracket could perhaps give them an opportunity. But FURIA, they are cutting that chance very short, especially if FURIA can find both pistols here.
And FURIA have been looking good, poised on that T side. Made light work of a lot of the scenarios that were presented to them. And the rounds that felt like Sashi had advantages, they had fumbled them. Just either lack of rotations or misunderstanding of the scenario that unfolded in front of them. Either way, semi-final #1 resurrection stage. Winner will take on the victor of Mongols versus M80, which we have coming up next.
That sounds like a banger.
One spot in the playoffs, 7 teams await, and Mouse will be, I wanted to say the challenger. They will be the challenger for Mouse. Here we go, top pop.
Jewel Beretta's in the heart. Could be good for Skulls. I hear a lot of bullets. I'm not seeing a lot of kills. Oh, there's one. Lovely work. Controls them masterfully for a second onto Quez. Yuri, with the support of his teammates, completely repelled the invaders. Mister's in trouble with his Glock. And Lucky, no Kev on him. Going to be trying to find this 2v3. FURIA just dialed in right now. Queserato wouldn't come up the vent, would he? Oof, doesn't need to. He's got his teammate Yuri, and now Lucky. Not
again.
Not two. Ooh! Oh, he's gone and sliced him in half. Lucky goes down to Fallen. The audacity on Queserato right now. They are mocking them in such a high-stakes game. Just having fun with it.
I'm curious to why that topside hit was so disjointed as well. You see the utility come in, the molly top hut. Sure, you get one player on the roof throwing it, but there's only 2 players go out, and everybody else just kind of stops, and then one at a time they're running out desperately. So Sashi really struggling to get going. Having a good time over there in FURIA. Big smile on Skulls' face.
Yeah.
It's hard to wipe that off the kid.
When I tried to play Face It in Brazil, this is kind of how it felt, actually.
Oh.
I was Sashi.
We get knifed?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Catching timings all over the place.
I was talking to Queserato during the lobby that we were doing, and he was like, oh, yeah, you know, at home playing some Counter-Strike, learning, you know, a lot from the pugs. And I was like, are you being facetious? Like, are you joking? He was like, no. I always when I like learn from Brazilian players, they're beasts. I was like, wow, okay. So he's got a couple of things in his back pocket. Whether or not we'll find out what they are, that's another question. We'll see how far FURIA can run in this tournament, because 10, it's their destiny. One more kill necessary. Lucky on top of main, and he has been removed. Queserato having a good map, 14 kills for him, 11 for Skulls, 8 for Cello, 7 for Fallen, and 6 for Yuri, who was a beast against FlyQuest. But they are making light work and quick work of Sashi. 2 keys to be crushed for FURIA within, what, the first couple of hours. This is what we find out. Do we have a game?
That's it. That's the question that we're about to have answered over the next 1 minute 50. Okay, Serato acting like he's got a hot date, wants to get this done quick.
I'd like to see the Mongols versus the likes of FURIA, knowing that the Mongols tend to have the Brazilians' number, and the Brazilians tend to have the Australians' number, so it's a fun little...
Triangle?
Wow, I don't know, the Australians don't have anyone's number. So maybe not a triangle.
Maybe Contas. Thomas speed down. Queserato found a safe haven behind that smoke, and Yuri with one. It's Queserato that needed the double, hard to track through the smoke, obscuring his view, and into the top site, it's Iceberg with an impactful double. Ooh. Very quick from Cello on the MP9. Hang on. Yeah, he wants a flash. He's
flash me in, boss man.
Second, Fallen, throwing 2, goes on the second, and nice angles from Cabby to manage that. Tracks the descent of Cello, and Fallen just resigns himself to maintaining that M4. I
did like the pathing of Queserato there, and he's a bit frustrated with himself that you could see that he didn't manage to get a kill because he was that surprise factor, at least felt that way. But good work from Sashi. That was a tidy little late top execute. Able to get themselves their 5th round, so 5 rounds now the difference. Can still work back into this. It's just when they do put themselves in a strong position, they have to be able to turn the screws on FURIA. That's something that they were unable to do within that first half of play. It left them wanting with only 4 rounds in total, the chance to go on quite a decent streak, really take control. Cabby goes down with the bomb.
Suboptimal.
Yeah, less than ideal, but I think we can see another buy come out of FURIA. Fallen can drop a rifle, Cello can buy his own, and I think there shouldn't be too many issues. Skulls anchoring over towards that top site can operate with something a little bit less, does not necessarily need the A1. He'd prefer it short. Cello ramp, Yuri the yard rifler, Quesarado dealing with Squeaky/main, and Fallen as the AWP player. He gets to be here, there, and everywhere. There's that deep incendiary we were discussing during the first half, something that's been in play for an awfully long time now, but it can just stall out a lot of these early T plays. I guess the short... Oh.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Cello.
Gentlemen.
Iceberg slips off. Oh! Quesarado just wants some info. Instead, he gets a bullet straight between the eyes.
Good shot from Quez. This can enable Iceberg now.
Oh, spots
saw the barrel.
Spots the barrel. Fallen feeling a little hot under the collar on this one. He uses that smoke to just elope. Coming from ramp
Two
side.
players down here.
There's 2 of them down here. FURIA are in perfect position to receive them. They do get some info onto Cello. Nice headshot from Mister. Fallen can't do much. It's still 1. But the site is lost, and I'd imagine the round 2.
Yeah, it might just have to be another save. No point for Yuri and Skulls going into a lost bomb site, and that's about to be confirmed with the digits getting punched in from Quez, who found that open. That's a great shot from him. Pounced over towards ramp. There was a whole bit of a skirmish between the likes of Iceberg and Fallen. Fallen getting away. Felt like it put him in a better position, but Cello unable to find an opening incision as they descended towards his bomb site. So Sashi, this is what we're talking about. Are you going to be able to remove these rifles? And even if you do/don't, can you convert the next round of play? Fight over towards Secret. Iceberg. Oh, nice shot from him. Prepared. Does find Skulls, loses his life. Yeah, he's not going to stop. You can tell he's that type of guy.
Eyes off the monitor as he gets traded.
Well, they will allow Skulls to hold on to this AK. So this is what I'm talking about. You put yourself now. Here's that shot again from Quez. Sees the smoke coming, takes the peek just before it plumes in front of his face and hits a great one. Good trade work as well. But this type of round, you know that FURIA are just going to have this saved AK. So all you need to do, right, it sounds simple, is avoid Skulls. And he's definitely not one of the more active riflers within the team, right? If it was in Quesarado's hands or maybe Yuri's hands, then you're thinking, okay, maybe they'll use this for an opener. I'm not sure how they want to apply the pressure with Skulls with the AK. He's got to smoke a couple of flashes, everybody just hovering around that 2K mark, and with the loss bonus being 2,400 into the next, you can't really invest anything for FURIA. Skulls could drop the flash to try and be enabled for a fight, but where do you want to look for it? Do you want to send him in towards lobby from the hut position, tighter choke points? Do you want to try and go towards yard? Well, is it fights that he's too familiar with? And also Quez has a MAC-10 in hand. One of the better spawns. This might just be them thinking, hey, we know that it's not going to be the buy. Let's just go in for a top site hit.
Yeah, give me limited util. And there is bodies here. Just the pistols, though. Should be fun for the MAC-10. Quez gets a nice leisurely break from the chaos and gets to bring some of his own.
Okay, nice little hot patch for Sashi. That rifle on Skulls, I guess he will just try and retain it again. So the game of saves so far, or at least as far as this second half is looking for FURIA. The Brazilians might be getting a little bit hot under the collar now. It should become just a 3-round differential before the rifles are back in the hands. Oh, Skulls detected one.
He chooses to engage. They know where the rifle is now. That's just going to send him straight into Quesarado. And cleared, but still gets himself one. Just testament to his ability, his mechanical skill.
Calling Quez over. Hey, bud, we got an AK for you over here. Come on, grab it. You don't need Skulls. We got a freebie. It's on the ground. It's in the dirt. And, oh, not bad. So 2 kills, softening up the finances a little bit. Now Skulls will go down. Quez gets that AK-47. And the round concludes as expected. So there will not be an AWP available for Fallen. But there will be A1Ss across the board. No defuse kits. Util almost perfect. Yuri is the one lacking. He's actually been donated some nades and Sendry given over. That's likely to help him stall out this yard play. How much more of a game do we have? 3 rounds for FURIA, 3 rounds for Sashi to tie things up. Squeaky lurk, smoke, top hut, molly in play. The idea about the vent drop. Nade blows open the squeaky smoke just to make sure that nobody's already mustered down. And speaking of down, Fallen has responded to any issues yard/secret. Iceberg playing ahead of Lucky's oversight with the AWP. And there, it looks to me like there's a calm. Hey, Fallen, they could have potentially got down the vent because he just went to investigate secret. Yeah, look at this. He's on high alert that maybe, just maybe, somebody's dropped down the vent. So there will always be that possibility in the back of their mind that they have taken a bit of a timing. How much of an issue will that be for FURIA? Another discussion about them having a limited map pool worth of practice, but this is a technical map as far as holding onto those rotations is concerned.
Yeah, Yuri's done very well there. Onto Iceberg.
Quick and noisy out ramp. They have a smoke on Cabby. What, single door and into the site? Might have to be the only option.
Cello. "30 seconds, he anticipates the right angle. Just confirm that they're committing. And goes for a full swing across. Now that's the distraction for Fallen to swing. Lovely team play from FURIA. They are pulling no punches. Communication looks slick. And Lucky, he is in trouble. Goes down to the nade of Fallen. Bold into an 11th round. FURIA. They're looking to run all the way through this resurrection bracket.
I like this. They didn't do anything crazy behind the saved guns. Right? They didn't think, oh, hey, you know, we're better than these guys. Let's just force buy in. They played it by the book, as you would expect. Or maybe not with FURIA. It really depends on which side of the fence you fall, what your expectations for this team are. But that's a nice round to win. And you mentioned the fact that the teamwork on point. That means the comms have to be pretty good as well. So swinging for each other, flashing for each other, the bait and the switch, the drawing that line of sight has fallen now with the AWP. Once that scope heard,
twice about committing. Quest has actually won out that duel. Both players finding each other. Dink from Yuri, but Quest lives on. Re-smoke on Squeak.
just missed the mark that one there. Trying to track down Quez, playing a little bit more passive, understandably so. Bogdan's Law comes into play. He gets the AWP. And red HP is another block. This is a good search. Let's see if the timing favors FURIA for the 12th.
Fallen escorting his rifles in and no one's looking. How long are they going to wait for this? And just caught out. That's going to force them into the site without the util they were counting on, but looks like no one's home.
Now the question, do you go for this?
Big question. Maybe not now. Cabby's found Cello ahead of the play.
Considering they've been doing it by the book so far, I would expect to see more of the same. So this little arm wrestle in the second half, this patch still continues, so a good response from Sashi. And again, when it comes down to...
A shot.
When it comes down to a Quez opener through a smoke, or Fallen, you're noted now as well, run. The chase is on. Iceberg wants you.
Knife out. Iceberg is just on the warpath. He wants it, trying to bait that shot out of Fallen. Does so. And commits to the spray. Takes down the AWP. That's costly.
Even taunting is Iceberg, so letting him know.
He's giving them the land vibes.
Yeah, and why not? Sashi aren't here to mess about.
Furia's key. I didn't think we'd be seeing it get crushed today, but Sashi coming into this T side with a point to prove. That is now their fourth. Bar was set incredibly high in that first half. 8 T rounds from Furia. They have to match the output.
Exactly. That's exactly what you were thinking. I was thinking. The people at home were thinking. The Danes, they can't get enough of it.
Something along the lines of, you don't have an AWP anymore.
Yeah, now mine if I want it. Well, again, we'll see a couple of light upgrades for FURIA. This time with the loss bonus more so in their favor. 2,400 again into the next. It's just been seesawing, right? It hasn't built to anything threatening. So as long as everybody keeps around that 2K mark, they're sitting pretty to go into the next round of play. And, well, conversations. You're wanting to get this one done, right? You don't want to draw this out whatsoever. You had easy work with FlyQuest. Now you're actually being put under pressure.
Well, you talked about how they're going to approach it with Skulls on the rifle. Well, with Keserato on the rifle, maybe there is something more to be done in aggressive fashion. The head in yard, though.
It looks like Keserato wants to stand in position to rotate, right? So wherever his peons detect activity, he can activate.
And with the wall of smoke up, he's gone in retrieval of additional util, delivering it. So he's actually just more of a kind of a delivery guy at this point.
He's doing it again.
Yeah. Anyone
Okay.
else?
Well, it's a little bit too late, isn't it? Because they've been able to sling their way down secret, and nobody from FURIA has responded to this. So with all of the nades that you have available, if you're Sashi, if you take over both sides, you may as well. You have so many resources. Once you get, I'm glad that they changed their mind to go predominantly window side, but you can go smoke molly towards the ramp. Oh, never mind. You can just brute force in. Why the hell not? What does the util matter anyway?
Who needs it?
Either way, you're locked out, FURIA. Smoked off either side of ramp. Would be crazy to try and break your way in.
Peace.
Well done from Quez.
Yeah, he's done exactly what he needs to do there. Doesn't want to be giving any freebies over. And they are coming after him. Oh, the tip at the head spotted on the ladder. Little mini game here for Quez. Good angle management on that higher ground. Skulls, though, profits from the distraction of Cello.
Okay, gives over another AK. See if Skulls and Keserato can hold on to these. But Alex, it's now just a 2-round game.
Yeah, I can't quite believe we're here. An 8-4 T-Hall.
Hasn't happened as dramatically as the M80 complexity game. A lot more clutches in the mix there, a bit more excitement. This one has just been, it feels like outmaneuvering and then teams playing it by the book.
Yeah, I mean, in the rounds they've won, the maximum we've seen Sashi lose is 2 players.
Well, that's saying a lot.
Apart from the first one. This was lovely from Quez. Anticipated that there was a whole lot more where that came from. Got himself out of dodge for 1, but Skulls does manage to leave with that AK-47. So one-shot headshot potential evens out the odds for 50% of their rifle pack.
And then you've got Fallen on that AWP. So are we going to see a change-up from FURIA, or are they just going to go back to the tried and tested yet again? At some point, that desperation of an aggressive move will come, but will it be with the rifles, or will it be something lighter? It's all blown off. We need to fight on multiple fronts.
Ooh, get out of there, Fallen. Fires off the warning shot, and just
Whoa.
like that, he goes for a re-peek. That could be the end of ramp, especially now. Fallen Cello, both full. Keserato pulls up his socks for a double, and rotating into the vents was a death sentence. Just ask Iceberg.
It's a gear shift, though, isn't it? Something a little bit more in your face from Sashi.
And at the perfect time for it. I mean, the reason Fallen's going for that repeat is probably because he is expecting a more passive nature, which he has had for the majority of this half.
We might be looking all tied up here very shortly.
Yeah, what does that spell, Chad? Get your abacus out.
Well, 10's a guarantee, and as we've been tracking this loss bonus, it's going to be 2,900 going into the next. So, look, Yuri could drop something. Skulls would be able to buy based off of the saved rifle, and you'd be pretty close to something threatening for Keserato as well. But it is likely to see them just take a half buy around their saved rifle. But this is where the issues really started to manifest for Sashi, was rounds where they had put themselves in a position to break. They struggled with in the first half. So far looking, ooh, maybe he doesn't get to save. Pressure on, Yuri to be hunted, and does get to retain the A1S. Even gets an extra $300 for his troubles. So yes, Skulls could definitely buy. Yuri could even drop an AWP. So I don't know if it's as clear. It isn't as clear cut as I thought. Okay, so that's it. They have dropped the AWP. Yuri's gifted that one over towards Fallen. Skulls is actually operating with MP9, so they haven't gone all in. They're playing, hedging their bets here with the loss bonus 3,400 into the next. Everybody besides Yuri has enough cash to buy in the next round. And Yuri should still be able to get at an A1S and just Kevlar.
Yeah, this is smart. Feels very threatening, maybe more than Sashi are bargaining for up against them in this round. Do have that T-side or been very quiet from Lucky in the second half. Fallen knows he's responsible to be a bit of a playmaker in this one. Does fumble the jump, won't have that elevated angle over this smoke wall.
Impromptu smoke wall.
Just thrown together. Effective nonetheless. The Eagle spam not perhaps going to feed their suspicions that it's a lighter buy. Little do they know there's an AWP in the mix.
And they've completely backed off. They haven't sent anybody down whatsoever.
Who's down there?
Oh, just going to be Yuri. with the 1A1S in play. You don't mind having the pistols, the SMG towards top, but you need Fallen to hit this shot, and Mister, that is a banger.
That is a godlike headshot onto the AWP. No less.
You get that dropped, you have to find something, at least the impact to force them.
Quesarito, though. Quesarito. Oh, it's a hard shot. Just the tip of the balaclava. Iceberg was there, and look at these headshots just coming on in. Every individual putting their aim on a pedestal.
Slipping away from FURIA, we're all tied up. Don't worry about that miss, Molly. This is Ogoli for FURIA. Need to try and save onto this, Yuri. All 5 still alive.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're going to be good to try and take this in regulation.
So in this situation, Alex, you know, I was just discussing at some point some form of aggression comes in, but we've seen Fallen try to go for the ramp pick, got goosed through the wall, run down dead, and then they just come teaming out of ramp, even with multiple bodies there for FURIA to defend. We just saw Fallen get dropped in AWP and go aggressive yard to look for a fight, didn't find it. He's done that on a couple of occasions. Once he had to be double flashed back because an unforced error missed, and then that time round, he can't overstay his welcome. He doesn't have the oversight of a lot of rifles to try and bail him out or trade off of his death. And now, if there is going to be an AWP, I don't think it's possible. Maybe it's possible. It could be dropped across. Yeah, it looks like they are going to get it into his hands once more.
Okay. Well calculated finances from FURIA.
And last tactical timeout used in regulation. So we're either set up for one of these two teams taking it home at 13-11 to put themselves in the grand final of the Resurrection stage. Only one of the 8 teams that started this morning in the best of ones will be joining the likes of Mouse, FaZe, Na'Vi, Vitality, Spirit. The list goes on.
Back into the fray. Incredibly high stakes round here if you want to keep your head above water in this $1 million tournament. This round is a leap and a jump in that direction. Oh, nice work from Yuri there, puts Iceberg on notice, spamming the smokes. They want to pop. Pace change. This is the kind of pace that Yuri likes to deal with. Good flashes, though. You can see Quesarito just don't come into the flames. Fallen down, empty-handed once more. Iceberg, good frag, taking down the AWP, and they can slow down now. And it seems that's the play. Hit and run. Options. Oh, more damage onto Iceberg through the wall. 3v4 and receding. Info on 2 towards that top site.
No nades, nothing to work with here as far as the utility department is concerned. Plenty of time on the clock. Fake steps.
FURIA don't budge.
This is tough. I feel you have to go out Squeaky. You can't walk out hard. You need to aim up out Squeaky Door as a unit and just trade efficiently.
Looks like Iceberg doesn't seem to think so. Has he got the bomb as well with the low HP?
You can't go multiple bodies out the hut, boys.
He's actually perfectly timed it. Strafes around. Skulls will take it comfortably. Yuri needs the multi-frag. If he goes down, it should be the round. Sketchy. High stakes.
They know this is the ramp player.
Yeah, Cello making no secret of his arrival.
Does he go for this? Doesn't have a kit. Remember, loss bonus 3,400 into the next. A 1v2. Bomb down, clock ticking. 12 for Sashi on the line if you don't win this one.
He's having a look. Might just be for the orb retrieval. As you said, no kit. Time's running. Sashi piping up. Does go for the late double. Oh, it was a lovely one from Cello. Kit is there. Kit is there. Has he really gone and done that? They're piping up. They're screaming. Oh! Comes up clutch. A Kit idle by the bomb. A premature celebration, and FURIA are 1 round away from knocking out some cocky Danes.
There is absolutely no way that he has pulled that one off. If Sashi don't melt down now, that's the way that FURIA post 12. That is insane.
How has he done that, Chad? This is sick. I assume no kit is just sitting there right next to the bomb. And with what, 0.5 in it, he takes them to 12.
Done everything else by the book so far. The saves, you can understand if you're Sashi. Yeah, there's surely no way he's coming forward. He's just going to hold on to that rifle. They need something in the next. How's he meant to break into this top site?
Madness. And now Pace charging into their face. FURIA put 2 in the dirt. Quez 1 onto Skulls. Cost him his life. There's a lot of moving pieces here. Fallen holding on to Secret. They have that info. They can focus on what's in front of them. 60 seconds. Sashi's hopes of overtime hinging on these 3. Missed up. Cabby and Lucky.
The Orb's down here. The AWP, perfect weapon for the job. 1 and away. That's Fallen's prerequisite.
And it's absolutely free. Dips back into the vents. Oh, they hit him. 1 HP in it. The steal protects him. Cello keeping him busy. Dancing with him. Mister trying to punch in the code. Lucky to provide some cover. This would be the perfect time for Lucky to step up and deliver. And he's just taunting them. Still alive, still doing damage. Lucky running at him with a pistol, finds it on the Tech 9. 2 versus 2, a double kill for Lucky. He needs more. A fumbled flash, high pressure. Second one does land, wipe on both. Queserato waited 2. Good shots from Mister. Can they close it? Queserato goes down, and we will see overtime. This series delivers. FURIA throw in an 8-4, and Sashi match it.
Well, we went the distance, and it delivered in the final 2 rounds. A couple of back-to-back clutches. Cello under the weather, but you thought he put FURIA on top.
Oh, man.
And they should be humped about that one. The boys from Sashi, clear underdogs in this one. Brought themselves back into the game. You think about that first half, 8-4. It felt like they couldn't do anything right. Second half, they worked back into things. Almost felt like Cello had broken the heart, but they needed to calm things down, take a breath, take a breather. That's exactly what Sashi are going to do. Tactical timeout used just to allow them to catch their breath, refocus. The game's not over. It's a best of 1, still anyone's game, but there's a clear change out of the FURIA camp. Take a look at the left-hand side of your screen. Cello investing into the AWP. Had a pretty quiet game other than that clutch. And you've got to wonder, the rounds, the gun rounds for FURIA, they were pretty few and far between. So does Sashi still have a distinct advantage now that we're in OT? That's the question.
Let's find out together. Looking good. Looking promising. Lucky takes down the ramp. No one home. The ramp anchor falls. Queserato up to no good. Quez and Queserato around these smokes. We've seen it before, and we see it again. Lucky's the one to seize it. Flawless in their own opening so far. 3 frags to the good. Sashi on lock.
And they've been great within this T half, haven't they? Or at least as far as regulation was concerned. Well put together rounds, looking quite poised. They do it again as Yuri and Skulls, the last 2 they have to get past. Divided. The X-ray highlighting things quite perfectly. Yuri down towards the lower side of things, and Skulls sitting in wait. They will be able to join up quite quickly with this vent rotation. It's just about, again, going together, Sashi, trading efficiently, or just sending a canary out. Finding out where they hold.
Whoa, Iceberg, despite it, still gets it on a wiggle. Oh, threatening from Skulls. A few more bullets, he could have held his nerve, perhaps. Sashi, the first, perhaps of many in this T side. They need to post as many as they can, considering both teams have been putting in one hell of a shift on their T side.
Well, I don't think Cello liked the way that the AWP felt there. Lucky just sitting him on his ass immediately, so we will not see the double orbs brought out in back-to-back. Lucky with some good impact. He's also had a bit of a quiet one.
Well, it ain't over. Still more time for Lucky to find some contributions. A couple of multi-kill rounds back-to-back from regulation into overtime. And wow, that's Queserato up to Queserato things. This time onto Quez. Repeatedly just clearing that smoke, keeping the squeaky players caged, ensuring no slips towards the vent.
All right, well, a CT opener, you feel like that should be the Brazilians to convert. Still plenty of utility remaining for Sashi to try and make a round happen. Quite literally with 4 smokes that have now 2 have deployed. Fallen wants to slow things down. Sendry, oh, late. Iceberg caught in the flames and the fight. A bit of a fright for him. Still gets what he was looking for.
Iceberg. Audible. Yuri and Cello both hit. Yuri low. He's actually chosen the better of the 2 options and pitches in towards Cello. Fallen on retreat. Good work onto Cabby. Gets away. Looking like this could be a clean one for FURIA here. Look at the poise on Fallen. Doesn't hesitate. Makes it 13-all.
You wonder how different a round it is if Queserato doesn't get the freebie through the smoke. Well, it's not a freebie. Both Quez and the likes of Queserato have been working hard in that squeaky door position. It's definitely one of those really interesting head-to-heads. And that lurk smoke always in play. But Queserato does set them up with the opener. No AWP for Lucky for the final round of the first half of overtime number 1. So number 1, we go 15-15. We do it all again. Smoke just trickles over the edge there. I was trying to safely smoke out Squeaky so he doesn't have to expose himself to any of those fights. Bomb part of the... Oh, there is the AWP in play on Lucky. Excuse me.
Piece together the finish.
Surely they need a flash before they try and fly over the top of main.
Yeah, Molly towards the secret stairs, starting their crawl. Well timed. Yuri forces them forward.
Bomb segregated.
Yeah, completely separates them from the back. And oh, Fallen. His patience rewarded again, this time onto Mister. Takes down the main roof. Bomb descending. Quez could be a dead man if he peeks too far in towards that site.
Cello's on the way.
He's going to be quick about this. Back was turned, and wow, Queserato good onto Quez. Such good control of his bullets. A 3v2 thanks to Fallen. Another multi-kill round out of the AWP. Anticipating this crawl, but Gabby crab walks underneath the scope. Repositions. He's got Lucky in support. Not yet, anyway. Group and go. Queserato leading the pack. If his head is exposed, it had to be precise from Cabby. Lucky.
Oh,
wow, the double peak. 2 different elevations. Queserato jumping off the rafters. Skulls immediate on the trade. And it is going to be 14-13. Considering the way the regulation halves went, that is incredible from FURIA.
yeah, they've been able to turn it around with the rifles fully in their hands there. A couple of nice ones. It's that delayed start towards Yard from Sashi. I think they're thinking they bite down quite heavily on these smoke walls, but as we saw, they're just not rotating anybody lower. Right, Cello gets there so late to the party. They've actually completely given it up at that point. FURIA, 1 round away from securing 15. They need 16. That's the magic number to get things done. Set themselves up for the final best of 1 in the resurrection stage.
Triple nades.
Nobody home. Double top heart. I don't see that every day of the week. Every trick in the book are FURIA to try and find themselves a bit of an open up.
Cello across.
They definitely heard that one.
Yeah, no secret about that. And into Lucky. Sashi, strong start.
Still can go wrong. Primary attack will be through lobby. Top heart Molly, this is perfectly placed.
Here come the flames. Can Iceberg and Mister do anything about this? Finds a safe exit. Doesn't expose himself to that squeaky door fight. 30 seconds. FURIA are coming in for the final commitment. It has to be K-Serato leading the pack. A pre-fire towards Tetris. They are in trouble at the back of the site. The Molly's too good. The flashes as well. The supportive util. FURIA charging in. And that looks so comfortable for the entry.
It's that late Molly from Fallen.
Yeah,
just
lovely.
So late. We discussed that with FlyQuest Alistair during their first match of the day. FURIA, now it's just Quez, 1-on-4 situation, easily removed. K-Serato takes him down, and Fallen, all he's going to do is throw nades in his team. They'll get the round done.
Gosh, that late Molotov, it seems to be causing jip for a couple of teams here. And it's also the flashes in sync. You're likely blind if you're not backing into that flames. Here it is.
You're sitting here looking, where's the rotation though? Because you're feeling the threat towards the top side.
He has no idea. Woof.
Thought maybe at that point within the round, considering the amount of time on the clock, there might be some quicker support towards the A side. Iceberg gets Molly back into Mister's position. They double up. FURIA 5 kills away.
Or will we go again? Iceberg, wow, put a lot of his health on the line to throw out that smoke. And Yuri finishes him off with a molly of his own. These mollies, these FURIA util, well drilled.
That's classic FURIA. That's FURIA with R, where they wouldn't really do anything yard. They would be so good at harassing through lobby, through Squeaky, the hut spams. Finds them an opener in a very important round.
Gonna boost Fallen up. Or not. Beautiful from Lucky. Gets away as well. One bullet did track him. Yuri knife out, trying to use that smoke wall. Gets into the smoke. Gets himself into the garage. And it might be overlooked here. Doesn't push the issue. They have other pieces to move.
He's hearing the step, surely. Cabby looked like he was loud there. Maybe precise on the jiggles either way, being able to slip away. Fallen has another molly in his hand, Alex.
And just like that, Mister has to move, as does Yuri, starting his push. Lucky, this is impact on the AWP. Leg shot onto K-Serato, uncomfortable for the Brazilian side. Gets away with it, enough of a distraction for Yuri to start putting in shots towards Lucky. Good track from Cabby. We have got another round required. Team effort across the board there, practically a teammate, just Iceberg unable to contribute into our final round of our first overtime here in this resurrection stage.
I felt like it was going to be hard for Sashi once they go back to the CT side, right? That's where they had their struggles, but the same would be said for both. That's because we made it to overtime, right? So we're talking 8-4 halves either way.
God, I can imagine how difficult it is to play against this FURIA T side on the top side. Limited positions you can occupy, and flashes and Molotovs and flight paths, all considering those.
Tactical timeout used from FURIA. Do you try and change something up now, Alex? Do you think, okay, well, this is where I always have the conversation. I don't know if teams like to do it early in overtime or late in overtime. It's pick your poison. But if you want to do something a bit out of the realms of what you've traditionally been doing within the game, do you want to do it early within the overtimes or late? And I guess for FURIA, because they started on the CT side once they made it to OT, they're just remembering the T side now. So they're almost starting that conditioning again, because both teams have to remember oh so long ago. FURIA into what could be the final round if they can convert this one.
Iceberg playing with fire, or more appropriately smoke, dipping down. Cello finding Cabby. Iceberg rewarded for his gamble. Lucky plucked Cello out as well, but K-Serato through the smoke. That's a massive
Sights
frag.
open.
Oh, Fallen spotted out. He had the bomb on his back as well. They're going to pivot. They know they've lost the top side. Quick reaction from Lucky and Quez. Retaking the lobby. Fallen aware of the possibility. Bringing that bomb in, escorted by K-Serato's incredible frag through the smoke. Iceberg. Surely not prepared for the angle that Yuri's on. What a quick one! Can he do more? Do we really need another overtime? Fallen and Keserato can end it here and now. Heaven a threat. Fallen caught out just as he averts his gaze. It's only Keserato. Is there really a 1v3 on the cards? The first is great. Iceberg and Iceberg takes us to a second overtime. Sashi and FURIA just inseparable.
Stressful game for Sashi. You get a lot of these young Danish faces. And they're holding on for dear life now. We tie things up 15-15. We do it all again.
I think so. I think that sounds about right, considering how competitive this game has been.
It's great from Keserato. It's just quite disjointed from FURIA. And you feel that Yuri had the jump on him. Iceberg's been caught off guard in a lot of those different exchanges. Always having a lot to say, but that is a massive kill for him to make. You really think it goes the other way? Well, then
It's just a pure raw aim adjustment. Lovely scenes. Fortunately, crouched behind the vent there, they actually cleared the top of that main roof. Clear purpose and intent here for FURIA. The whole squad, bar Keserato, working towards the outside.
big gap spotted. If they pivoted towards main, might catch them on a timing. Hard for Lucky to cover this. Still make it across safely. Only just, but they're down.
Now they show their presence. At the same moment, the same breath, Skulls crawls to find Mister. Yuri. Oh, wow. Yuri and Skulls have managed to make their A site completely open. Quez concedes.
Two players still down towards the B bomb site. How are you meant to crack back into this one?
You're not.
Yeah, and if you lose the next CT round as well, then you're going to be in financial trouble. So it does seem strange to see saves in overtime, but I think that's probably the better opportunity right now for Sashi. And I think this would probably make Yanko watching quite happy to see the way that FURIA are approaching a lot of these rounds, right? Because they're actually doing standard stuff. It's nothing crazy. They're not hoping on somebody to find a timing, right? To push through a smoke and get a 2K or get in the back lines with a shotgun or something out of whack. Like this is
shock and awe.
Right, this is them actually maneuvering around the map and then forcing the gaps because the CTs have to acknowledge the potential rotations, and then you build that up over time. And then at that point, Fallen can call from the book that is this map of CS so far, right? You know, what have we done? What are they expecting? How are we going to respond to this? What do we think the next move is going to be? And that's why Skulls gets an absolute freebie on Mister, who's just sticking out like a sore thumb, top of the site.
Clean tap onto Lucky. And, I mean, with all of that said about FURIA's polish on their T side, or in general, Sashi, they are remaining competitive. This squad, they're a team that everyone fears in the Tier 2 competitions, and now they're bringing it to Tier 1. And get FURIA sweating.
You can't get bogged down if you're here, FURIA, because you did 3 smokes for the wall and then you even extinguished as well. So you used 4 smokes just to try and get this yarn space to apply pressure towards Secret. So they had to get a player across, which they've done.
Mission accomplished. Healthy as well as Cello.
And Cabby doesn't seem too aware that this is possible.
Ooh, lucky to be alive is Cabby. Hasn't got the health to brave that flame. Cello continues his adventure.
Oh,
oops. Mister drops in, commits, plays with Iceberg. Trying to lock this down. CT vent, sight. We've even got some heaven support as well.
Another squeaky re-smoke. It's going to rot even more time off the clock.
Keserato this time going to be responsible for the util. Got 2 mollies. Hut, CT vent. Seems likely. Smoke at 30 seconds. That's well placed by Iceberg. They might have to brave this. Couple of flashbangs available. Iceberg. Oh, completely unawares. Bamboozled by FURIA there. Good work from Mr. Back. Hold on, he defends his site with honor, but still Keiserato and Yuri, the fangs, poised and ready to collect. A fake with 10. Oh! That's ambitious. That's disgusting from Keiserato. Perfectly reads the situation, and it's a FURIA round after all. That round had everything.
I can't believe they've done the fake that late within the round.
11 seconds the clock reads, and of course, you're pulling out your molly. You're trying to stop the plant. You're trying to disrupt. Keiserato so nonchalant with it.
And this is how it started, right? Cabby with the opener, and when I said he's probably not expecting anybody to charge down, because you knew they went for an aggressive maneuver outside, you're wondering, can the T's really cover that much ground? Cello getting down, he actually was a big supportive element and getting fired up after FURIA. Iceberg getting caught as well there. Mollied off of top heart. That felt like his CT half just getting mollied.
Yeah, it has been kind of relentless for him. Lucky mixing it up. This could be profitable for him.
He's going to go overlooked. He's got a freebie here.
Heard that. Or even not, he's hearing the smokes. He will go looking and get himself a freebie onto the rival AWP. That's lovely back from Yuri.
Great info though, seen a couple.
Around the smoke is Cabby. Doesn't want to brave the wall. No, just opts to spam. 10 bullets in the mag and Cello's across. Yuri with an AWP no less. Scoops it up and actually finds a lovely pick. Now Cello another on Iceberg searching and just starting to disintegrate. We could have a perfect T-haul here.
It looks like FURIA are going to outlast Sashi. You get 3 on the trot T side. Surely you just got to put one in on that CT half. Keiserato charging down 30 frags. Still Mr. and Quez to get past.
Oh, Keiserato's a demon.
Quez must feel helpless.
Yeah, for sure. What's he supposed to do here? 20 seconds, he's being held and spammed on down. Yuri collects 18 and 3 opportunities to eliminate Sashi and keep their head held high in the resurrection stage.
Well, we've got the Mongols as well as M80 looking on. Their matchup will be coming to you next on the stage. And the winner of that will play the winner of this, which is now looking ever more so to be the Brazilians. M80 with a tenacious victory over countryman Complexity. It's going to fill them with an awful lot of confidence. Good performance from Lake, but all that to come later. One more round, that's maybe all it's going to take here for FURIA.
Jumping across, gets that information safely. Down on the smoke, spam, frustrations. Going to be hitting a fever pitch. Your opening death and a must-win round. Can they overcome the compounding adversity of this second overtime? Lucky across. Squad's remaining active. Seconds, the pressure mounting here. They do need to start to piece together an approach, a plan. Quite separate as well.
Bomb needs to be picked up. This is where indecision might come into play for Sashi.
Where's... Surely, Radar realizes he's walking into someone. Something connects! That's a big one from Quez. In these trying times, he's actually found the equalizer. They want to go off that. From heaven as well, the pincer movement. Keiserato's the back of the site, does find him. Beautiful from Mr. Hut's a problem. Hut is a real problem. Fallen though, 3 HP, lands a tag, can't track as the bomb will be going down. 3 versus 3, it could all end here. Cello down though. Oh. It's Yuri through the smoke back.
Both low.
Tit for tat, Mr. and Cabby. And down goes Cabby. Mr, what have you got? 12 HP. It can end in an instant. They're putting up as much of a fight as they can. It's been impressive from Sashi. But this is shortly asking too much of Mister. Yuri holding it, Fallen doing the same, and FURIA in pursuit of resurrection. Sashi eliminated in a double overtime extravaganza.
After that first half of play, you thought FURIA were going to walk this one in 8-4 in their favor on the T half, but this one went the distance. That cello clutch, that was necessary to drag them into overtime. Sashi, they could have done them in regulation if it wasn't for cellos. Last second 1v2.
An amazing